Hello, welcome once again to Lehto's Law. I'm Steve Lehto. I've got news for you. It's a public service announcement. Stop saying CPO. I'm going to rant. I've done videos about certified pre-owned cars and about how certified pre-owned does not mean what most people think it means, or at least it doesn't have the legal effect that they hope it does. And so I'm talking about certified pre-owned cars. It's one of the big things that's happened in the used car market for the last, decade or so. Somebody came up with the idea and said, we'll have certified pre-owned cars. And it sounds like that's better than a used car. So you buy a brand new car, or you can buy a used car, or you can buy a certified pre-owned car. And they make it sound like it's somewhere in the middle between new and used. And they act like perhaps there's a spectrum. And there's not. A car is either new or it's used legally. And what I'm getting at here is, like, for instance, with the lemon law. In Michigan, you buy a new car and it has problems and they can't be fixed after a certain number of repair attempts and so on and so forth. You can invoke the lemon law. You buy a used car in Michigan, most often the lemon law doesn't cover it, does not affect used cars. And so this is true in most states across America. And so buying a certified pre-owned car, as far as the new used distinction goes, means you bought a used car. And so people call my office or they bump into me someplace, they send me emails and they say, Steve, I bought a CPO car. I want to talk to you about the lemon law. And I say back to them, I say, well, you bought a used car. Lemon law doesn't cover used cars. And they say, no, I bought a CPO car. And they try to push the conversation back towards new cars. And I have to steadfastly give them pushback and say, no, you bought a used car. This is a binary proposition. A car is either new or it is used. I'm not sure how else I can explain this. Think of radio buttons. Okay, you press one, the other one pops out. You press this one, is that working for you? People my age or not? I don't know. But there is no overlap. You can't have a car that's both new and used. Okay? And so a certified pre-owned car is, okay, it's used. And so people don't believe me on this. And I say, okay, in Michigan, there's a thing called an application for Michigan title. And when a car gets titled the first time, the box new is checked to indicate the car is in fact new. When the car is sold thence afterwards, they check the box that says it is used. There is no certified pre-owned box, and they don't check the new box. That should be a hint to you that you're buying a used car because the box that is checked is used. Now, I've had people say, Steve, you're downplaying the value of a certified pre-owned car. No, I understand a certified pre-owned car might have more value than a used car when it comes to the marketplace and what you pay for, okay? So if I walk into a car lot, Bob's Used Cars, and buy a used car that is simply a car that is used with no certifications, no nothing. It's just a used car. It's got some value. But if you go to a dealer that sells cars from a particular manufacturer, they're a licensed dealer through that manufacturer, they sell brand new cars and they sell used cars, and some of their cars are certified pre-owned. Those are generally late model, oftentimes lower mileage, and they often have an extended warranty on them from the manufacturer, okay? Which Bob's Used Cars may or may not have. If Bob is selling late model cars to second owners, some of them might actually be available with the manufacturer's warranty still in place. And the difference, of course, is a CPO car might have a slightly better warranty than Bob's Used Cars does. And I apologize if there's somebody out there with a dealership in Bob's Used Cars. I'm just making up names here. Although I haven't badmouthed Bob, have I? So you buy a certified pre-owned car. What did you buy? You bought a used car. Now, the used car has a slightly better warranty on it than the other car identical to it that's not certified pre-owned. So let's suppose that I have a 1-year-old car. I take it to Bob's Used Cars and I sell it to him because he gives really good purchase prices on used cars. So he buys the car from me for a very good price. I sell it to him. He then goes and sells the car to somebody else, and it has the remainder of the manufacturer's warranty on it. That's great. I could have also taken my same car and traded it in at a dealer, suppose I wanted to do that, And then when they take the car, they can certify it, assuming it meets the guidelines of the manufacturer, put it on their lot and sell it as certified pre-owned, and it comes with a slightly better warranty. Both cars are still used. Okay? They're used because they're being sold to the person who's not the first owner. Okay? Now, I've had people say, but Steve, the certified pre-owned car goes through a 398-point checklist. And there's a race amongst the car dealers to see who can make their inspections sound the most intensive. 248 points, 312 points, 297.5 point inspection. Make up numbers. Googleplex divided by I inspection. The interesting thing is, if you read the paperwork, and no one does, but if you read the paperwork, which is voluminous on these transactions, you will see that the dealership is not warranting the inspection. They're not guaranteeing the inspection. They'll say, we did a 248-point inspection on this car, but what you get, along with a peace of mind and other things that we can't actually quantify, is you're going to get this slightly extended warranty from the manufacturer. And you say, well, what about this 236-point inspection? What about it? It's not actionable. You can't sue them if they didn't do it properly. Look at the paperwork. I guarantee you it's in there. And I've had people call me and they say, Steve, I bought a car, certified pre-owned. I say, okay, you bought a used car. No, Steve, I bought a CPO car. And it has a problem that would have been revealed if they'd done the 413-point inspection. And I say, what was that? And they'll name something so trivial and idiotic that's mind-blowing. They'll say, well, I went to open the rear door and the door handle came off. Or the spare tire was missing. Or, I don't know, name something idiotic. You know, one of the turn signals is burned out. Whatever. And these things that are minor like that, obviously, if you bring it right back, a dealership might fix that stuff and go, oh, you know, hey, you got us, whatever. Minor thing, they might fix that. But the idea that people say, well, Steve, but I bought a certified pre-owned, and I say used. You say CPO, I say used. I wonder if I can get that going at baseball games, like tastes great, less filling chance. CPO, used. CPO, used. These are my fantasies. But people will say, Steve, if I can prove that they didn't do the inspection, then what? And I say, you bought a used car with an extended warranty. What did you think you were getting? And again, you can rely on that warranty, but check the paperwork. I don't think you're allowed to rely on the inspection. And again, it's going to vary from manufacturer to manufacturer how it's worded, but I've looked at a bunch of them, and I've seen some that say specifically, you're getting peace of mind from the inspection, but what you're really getting is this warranty we're going to give you. So instead of just the remainder of the warranty, we're going to bump it out a little bit for you. That's what you're getting. So when you're buying a certified pre-owned car, certified, not sure what that word could possibly mean legally, but it's sales puffery. Pre-owned obviously is a euphemism for used. So certified used. And I like to jokingly tell people, yeah, they certified that it is in fact used. So I don't know when this will end, if the car companies will just keep calling cars certified pre-owned and people will keep buying it. But I've gotten the impression that a lot of people are disappointed when they buy a certified pre-owned car. It turns out it's just a used car with a slightly longer warranty. It wasn't actually inspected, and it's got all kinds of weird problems. And people say, but is it possible that somebody really traded in a car that had problems? It passed an inspection, 493 points, and then they sell it to me as certified pre-owned. Is that car really going to have problems? If you only saw how many emails and phone calls and comments I've gotten from people who said, Steve, I work at a car dealership, and I can tell you that one of our good customers comes in, you know, the customer who leases one car every year for a 1-year lease, and they come in exactly a year later and trade in one and get a new one, trade in the next one, get a new one. That car is just brought in, run right back out again. They slap the sticker in the window, certified pre-owned. They said, what about the 273-point inspection? No one's got time for that. Somebody quickly grabs a thing and just goes chick, 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 chick down the checklist and checks off all the things. Said, yeah, we inspected it. We checked that rear door handle. We checked the turn signal bulbs. We checked the muffler. No, they didn't check anything. Now, do some dealerships check the cars and CPO them properly? Probably. Do all of them? I don't think so. And what are you getting when you're buying a CPO car? A used car. Legally, what is the courts? What are the law? What are the lawmakers? What do the defense attorneys? What do the car companies consider a CPO car? Well, when they're selling it to you, it's a very valuable car. When you're suing them, it's used. What'd you expect? If you wanted a new car, you should have bought a new car. You got a huge discount from a new car by buying CPO. Now, you can say, hey, I paid a premium. I could have bought a used car, but I bought a CPO car and I paid extra for it. It's not what they say in court. In court, the defense attorneys will say, and I've had them say it to me and heard them say it to other people. They go, no, you got a huge discount buying a CPO instead of new. So you bought a used car. You bought a used car. So my advice to you, and the upshot of all of this is, if you buy a CPO car and you pay more for it, you're getting an extra warranty or extended warranty or something like that. And that's what you're paying for. But you am not buying a brand new car. You are buying a used car. So in this world, there are two kinds of cars with respect to the law. They're either new or they're used. It cannot be both. It cannot be neither. Car is new, title to first owner. Beyond that, used. Now, I will grant you that if you wanted to get technical about it, a car before it's sold to its first owner is probably considered something else, like a car being delivered from the factory before it gets to the dealership, because it hasn't been titled to its first owner yet. But we would consider that new, I would assume, because it's not used. Certificate of origin comes with it, and then it gets issued first title to the first owner. The first titled owner, it's new. Beyond that, it's used. So when you buy a certified pre-owned car, if you like to do that, knock yourself out. You're paying a premium. You're getting a slightly longer warranty. But when something goes wrong with it, okay, and you want to call an attorney and talk to them about it, and you say, I bought a CPO car. It's nice that you say that, but I have to immediately say, you bought it used, because I want to make sure you understand the distinction. You bought it used. And like I said, I get so many people who push back and say, no, it's certified pre-owned. I say, yes, it's used. And I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm not trying to be argumentative. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm simply letting you know the harsh reality of the law. And the law says CPO equals used as far as the law goes. Certified pre-owned means used. So the public service announcement here is stop saying CPO when we're discussing whether a car is new or used. Because a car is either new or it's used. And if it's CPO, it's used. It's used. Okay? So that's the rant about CPO. Stop saying that when someone asks you if the car is new or used. The car was used. Questions or comments? Put them below. Let's talk to you later.